Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Kalispell, Montana in the USA. And today is Kit Together Tuesday. And I'm excited to do this one because last week when we opened up this kit, we discovered there was a little bit more to it than just opening it up for a quick live. So we started punching last week. I finished punching everything out. I'll show you all of that. And then I went ahead and used excuse me, use the instructions to kind of put together a few layouts. There is a lot more die cutting and papers and everything than just what they're showing, and some of it is used more than once. So the instructions are really more of an idea springboard for you, if you will. So let me show you what I mean. Let's go ahead and dive in here. So it is an all-inclusive kit in the sense that everything is in there that you need, other than of course your pictures. You might need a pair of scissors. I highly recommend a take your pick tool. And if you have preferences on adhesives, you might bring in your own adhesives, but adhesives are in the kit. So we'll turn it this, I should have just turned it this way all together, just so that that wouldn't be in our way. All right, so here are the adhesives. We have some mini dimensionals, we have some glue dots, and we have a big full thing of tear and tape, which is awesome for scrapbooking. You might want to also use some Stampin' Seal, or you might also want to get some of the larger dimensionals instead of the minis. I don't know if you can see the difference. You should be able to see the difference. See, one is really small and the other is not. So I prefer the larger ones for most things, but there are times when you need the minis. All right, so these are the instructions. But again, they give you some ideas, because as I was going through these, I noticed sometimes there'd be the same thing used on a different page. And the coloring might be a little bit different. And, you know, Stampin' Up! Makes mistakes sometimes. And then there were some times when I couldn't find something. So I didn't go all the way through. I just did a few of the pages because I figured we'd check it out and that would at least give you an idea. And I personally like to scrapbook with my pictures. I did the virtual album retreat, and I'll show you that on another live later this week. I did do it and I did enjoy it. I have one more project to finish because we were getting Mom's cast off during one of the projects, so I'm behind on that one. The beauty of it is those videos will be there forever. I don't have to worry, because there were some things that I didn't finish or I didn't tack it down, because like the journaling, I wanted to journal it before I tack it down. So there were things where I didn't tack it down, or I didn't cut into the page protectors because of the flip flaps, because I wasn't sure where in the album they were going to go. So what I need to do personally is I need to go through my pictures and print a boatload of pictures that I can put into this album, because I'm going to be using these pages as well as the pages from the virtual album retreat last week and last summer's virtual album retreat, which I haven't done and I'm going to do, because I'm now more motivated. I'm really liking, I love all the techniques and the ideas that they gave us. They were just phenomenal. They were things that I wouldn't have thought to do. Even some of the stamping, I've done a little bit of stamping in my scrapbook pages, mainly when I've done lives using paper pumpkin and stuff. But I thought, oh, this is going to be fun, because now I'm really seeing how you can work in all the stamping into your scrapbooking. And so I'm excited to get rolling on that. I would like to start a scrapbooking club, so a once-a-month club where we do either like this kit, or we do a scrapbook workshop kit, and we get together on Zoom or in person, depending on where you live. And so I'd like to get that started. So if that's something you're interested in, then put club down below, like that. Put club down below and let me know, or reach out to me through Messenger, and I'm happy to get with you and figure out great day and time that we can do this. Because scrapbooking is fun, but it's even more fun with others. So let's take a look at what I did. So this is the sticker sheet. So nothing has been pulled off because these are all stickers. So I'm going to set that up there. And then I did some layouts. And we'll just go one at a time. I think we'll be able to do probably at least 2, if not 3, 2-page layouts today. There is paper in here. So let me show you. So I laid these things out like this. And I laid these out. Oh, all right. I have these on the cardboard to keep them together. So I wanted to, missed grabbing a page. I wanted to just show you. All right, so what I have still in here is these papers, and then underneath here is my German and French. But there's still these pages, so these 2 that go together, and then these 2 that go together. And then these 2 that go together. So there's still another 3 2-page layouts. So another 6 pages to go in here. And then there's all these cards, which are not used on all of these. So there's going to be a lot extra. There's these strips of papers. And then there's all this ephemera. All right. And these little ones, titles and things like that. So there's lots that you can do beyond just the page layout. So the 12 pages that this kit has designed for us. All right, so let's put that back in here. We're going to set this over here. And then I'm going to move these over and we'll do 2-page layout at a time. So what I did is I did look at this and went with their samples as far as I could go, or as far as I had time for that day. So we're doing this one here, right here, this one, and this one. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to use this as a guide. Now, when I'm sitting down with my pictures, I'm probably not going to necessarily do it exactly as it shows here. But since I don't have pictures, I am going to. My question for you, so they have here an ocean picture or probably an aquarium kind of picture, but it's kind of got little, you know, school or little accounting paper, I guess you could say. And so I'm curious, what would you use this paper for? What kind of pictures, as I make this, what kind of pictures would you put on this page? What theme of pictures or what category of pictures? All right, so on our first one, we're going to be using this. We'll move these across here. There we go. Woo. All right, so we're going to start with this. Now, it shows it going across, right? And here. Well, there's only this one piece, so we got to cut it. So you're going to want your scissors or your trimmer. I'm going to pull out my trimmer, if I can get my hands on it. I'm going to pull out the trimmer. And so we're going to want to cut a little bit of it off, and then we're going to cut it in 2. So we're going to cut a little bit off for over here. Let me, where's that paper? Hold on, I'm missing something. So, blue. So this is where I noticed that sometimes there were things, duplicate things, that were in other layouts, but were not in this one. But I thought I had avoided that. Oh, yeah, see, I ended up, I think we did this one together. We glued this down, and I think I was supposed to use part of this and something else. So we're going to have to modify and move this out of the way. And I'm going to modify with, I think we're going to see about this one. All right. Here we go. Now, first we have to trim this down. So I want to cut off, I'm going to cut off about a 3-inch piece over here. Set that there. And then we have this one. And I chose yellow because we have some yellow here too. Plus we have some yellow in the flowers. So this is going to go over here. And then we're going to put this one all the way to the edge. All right, you can see right here what I'm doing. All right, and then we need to make, and this already has the score lines for making our pocket. So we're just going to score it like that, or crease it like that. Here's a good time for a bone folder if you have one. Otherwise, I've used a Pampered Chef scraper, making sure, of course, that it's clean. And we're going to do it like that because you want this on the outside because this is the front of the pocket. So we're going to put some tear and tape on here. So you can use tear and tape on this. You can also use your green glue on this if you want. Tear and tape, you don't have to worry about any splooshing when you put too much glue on. So that is one benefit to tear and tape, is you don't have to worry about gooshing it out. All right, and then I like my Take Your Pick tool, probably my most used tool for peeling that up. And then we're just going to fold this over like that. And so now we have our pocket that our memories in the making will go into like that. All right. And then we have a large picture. I'm going to guess that that is a 5x7 picture. And what I should have done, let me grab a piece of paper. Here we go. Here is a 5x7. So this is going to be my placeholder. So I'm just going to write 5x7 inches. Okay, so that I know that that's where my photo is going to go. All right. Now we're covering up a lot of this, so I'm going to actually cut part of it off, because if you don't use the whole thing, then you have cut off 2.5 inches. Use the 2.5 inches. Then that gives you another piece to use elsewhere. All right, so we're going to do this right here. We're going to do this right here. And then we have our picture that's going to go right here. All right, and then we have this that's going to go over the picture. All right, so when you glue this down, you want to make sure not to glue over here so you can stick your picture in there. All right, and then we have, oh, where's our little ticket? Thought I had it. Oh, here we go. Creating memories. So that's going to go over here. Now I don't stick anything down that I need to write on. So this doesn't get stuck down. So I'll be able to write in there. And then over here, I'll want to write as well. So I tend not to stick anything down until I have written on it. All right. So let's see. All right. So let's see. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start sticking some down. I'm just going to barely tack this down because remember, this is just holding my picture place. So we're going to start with this, and I'm going to use a little bit of the Stamp and Seal. All right. Just because it's faster. All right. So we're going to go over here like this. And then this one's going to go over on top. So I'm just going to Do those two like that. Right up to that edge. All right, and then I'm just going to put a little bit back here, okay, just that little itty bit to hold it in place. And that's going to go all the way out here like that, so I know that's where that's going. Now I have this one and I want it to cover, I want it to go over part of it, but I don't want it to stick down, so that I'll be able to take this off and put my picture in. So I'm just going to put adhesive over here. This one, because it is a pocket, where'd my tear and tape go? There it is. I am going to use the tear and tape. I'm not sure why I grabbed the seal. You know I don't usually grab the seal, so we want it on this side. So I'm going to do it there. Here. And here. And then we'll pull up this. So you want to make sure that anything you're going to be replacing, like that picture placeholder, you don't want anything to be glued down to it. So there will be a few of the stickers and things that I won't be able to put down because that's not my actual picture right now. All right. And then this goes over here. And the lines on this are kind of nice because it's helping me know where to place things. So that's the beauty of this paper. Now this one, because I need to write on it, again, I'm not going to tack that one down. I'm just going to lay it where it would go, which is right about there. And then we have some of our flowers. So we have this one. We have this one. Can't pick it up. This one and this one. And then we have, let's see, what else do we have? We have this one. I think that one goes there. This one goes there. And then we have, and it's hard to tell. I think some of them have these little designs in it and some of them don't. So it's kind of hard to tell. So just use whichever. It really doesn't matter. No one's going to know. I think actually this one is this one. All right. I think it's actually all of them with that, except for that one. All right, and then we have this one over here. And then there's a sticker. So that one I could stick down because it actually goes under, but these little corners, so we can go ahead and stick this one down because it actually goes under the picture. But these little corners, I will wait until I have a picture on there to put those down. So let's go ahead and do this one because it goes right here at the top, just under the photo. There we go. And then I'm going to use the dimensionals, but I'm going to use my larger ones because you know I like larger ones. I'm going to use a larger one on these. So what's your weather like today? Ours is pretty warm actually. And then this one's going to go over here. So we're going to put some dimensionals towards the bottom of it. Oh. That's the husband. Apparently he didn't look at the calendar. Did I change it in the calendar? I thought I had changed it in the calendar. Let me just double check that I changed it in the calendar. I did not change it in the calendar. So let me just move that to right now so he can see, because he's probably going to go look if he didn't look beforehand. That wasn't very nice of me, was it? All right, so then this one's going to go like this. All right. And then we have our hello, which is going to go here. And again, we have a sticker. I can put the sticker on one side, but not the one that goes on the picture. All right, so we're going to use some tear and tape for the hello. There we go. just like that. And then I'll grab this one bracket for this side, like that. We'll take these off, and I can put a little bit of the tear and tape up here because that way it'll stick to that envelope. All right, here we go, like that. And then we have these over here. Oh, I don't think we wanted one on here. Let me stick that back down because that one is going on the pocket. So then what I'm probably going to do, just because it is so small, ow, pen, stick, poke. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and do this one up here. All right, and then we have this one, which will go right about here. This one is here. I think I have mine a little bit higher. That's okay too. I didn't actually count those to see. I didn't count how many lines there were, but I think mine might be a little bit higher, but that's okay. So this one will go here, but again, I won't stick it down until I write on it. I'll do journaling in here. I'll put a photo in here, and then I'll put the other bracket and the 3 photo corners on it. All right, and so that is the first page of our 2-page layout. Let's go to the other one. All right, so this one, again, we're going to cut it so that we just have a little bit hanging out on one side. So we'll go with that. And then we need a little bit hanging out on the other side. And then we'll still have this for others. So there's no point in wasting the paper if you don't have to. You don't have to cover it all up. All right. Now what I am going to do is I want to kind of line this up so that that blue stripe kind of goes through everything. So even though it doesn't continue right here onto the page, I want to make sure that I have it in the right spot. So we've got it. This is going to go right about there. And this one's going to go over here. So real quick, I'm going to tack this down because I want to make sure I have that lined up with the first page, because you don't want it offset. That would kind of make your eye go a little bit wonky. All right, so I'm going to do that right there. Okay, so now I've got that lined up, and we can do this one. And this one will just go straight across to right over here. Okay, there. So now that's lined up. We have these cool squares, and they have little slits in them for you to stick your picture corners in there. So you would still put a little bit of adhesive here, and then you would stick your pictures in there. So those will go here and here, and I'm not doing them exactly the way they did them. Actually, I'm going to do them opposite. There we go. So you would have that like that. So we'll tack those down because we're putting pictures on top of them, but first I'm laying everything else out. So then we have this one that's going to go all the way up here. So we won't adhere anything. Everything will be adhered over here. And then we have this one down here. And then we have this one over here. We have living the best life over here. Then we have let's see, one of these over here, and then we'll go with these two over here. Because we use them all up, but they're showing more. So that's where I said that there's sometimes they have more used than you have in your kit, and that's okay. Just modify it. It's all right. All right, so let's go ahead and stick down the little picture dealies. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick with this just because it's faster. All right. There we go, lining it up just so that it's straight because you don't want it all crooked, right? So what do you like to scrapbook? Do you like to scrapbook your kids, your pets, your whole family? Do you do themed albums or do you just do chronological life albums? I am a theme scrapbooker, but then within the themed scrapbooks, I am chronological. So these will all be very fun pages. This is going to be an interesting album because it's going to be all Stampin' Up. I just got to find, and a lot of the pages will be done before I even have pictures. So it's going to be different for me to scrapbook having the pages already done and then adding pictures to it, but I can do it. All right, we'll put that there. See, that one's going that way. So we need some over here. There we go. And we want to make sure, since it is going down on here, that we have no adhesive here so that you don't have to worry about putting your picture in there. Okay. Now you might not be able to get it into the little slit. Oh, I can get all my corners up. But that one you probably won't have, you won't be able to unless you don't glue that down ahead of time. Now, if you are fortunate enough to have your pictures and be scrapbooking this with your pictures, then hooray for you. That's awesome. I sadly am not. So I think, yeah, I have this yellow over here. I should have put the yellow over there. All right, well, it's stuck down now, so, and that's all stuck down. Didn't think about that. But I can do it to where this one is close. And this one goes over here. Now this, they have writing. So I'm looking to see if there was a square for writing on. Oh, there is. So this one will get stuck in here. All right. Like that. And then I'll write it before I stick it in. I'll write on it. Again, you don't really want to tack it down until you've done all the writing. Otherwise, you could, if you make a mistake, then you've got that blooper forever. Oh, that's too low. I don't know where I was going with that. There we go. Right here. And right here, and then this one, you don't want to tack it on this side, so I'm just going to put a few dimensionals over here, and I'm going to pop that up. Now, you might be saying, June, you're using a lot of dimensionals. They're actually fairly thin dimensionals. I've used and seen more 3D sorts of things in my scrapbooks, and then, of course, you can't get as much in. All right, so then now I can still stick that picture up there. And then we have another one of these, a yellow one of these. That goes right here. All right, and then that's it for this. Oh, no, it looks like, I needed something here. didn't see. Well, I'll have to see if I come across it, but that still looks pretty cool. So now together, these pictures will flow, or these pages will flow, even though there's a gap here, it still flows all the way across. Let me zoom out just a little bit more for you. All right, so there is one of the 2-page layouts. All right, and so I need a picture here, and then I need 3 pictures right here. If I wanted, I could put a picture here instead of the noted. Instead of journaling, I could just do all the journaling on here, and then I myself would use the back because I like to tell the complete story. All right, so there is one 2-page layout from the Sunniest Stories kit. All right, let's go ahead. I'm looking at my time. Let's go ahead and finish. Did we finish? Oh, we did. It's all stuck together already. Huh. All right, so here was this one that we did the other day because it was easy to throw together. These go onto pictures, and this as well, and this, so that's why that hasn't been done. All right, and let's do this one. So this one is this right here. All right, that layout right there. Let's go ahead and do that one. So we have some, let's see. Oh, this has a lot of photos. I should have gotten some photo. I'm surprised they didn't have any photo placeholders. I think we will hold off on finishing these because I'm looking at the time and I've taken already half an hour of your time. So I will continue putting these together, and then we can do some more, and I will see about getting some pictures so you can see with the pictures how it goes. But if you're wanting to start off, this is a great way to start off, or the scrapbooking workshop kits are also, let me grab one of those. This is a great one. This is a scrapbook workshop kit. You can see it comes with a lot in it. All right. The difference is, though, you get photo placeholders with it, and then it tells you like ink colors that you need, trimmers, scissors, snips. So there's a little bit more to it. But if you have some of the basic tools, this is a great way to go because it tells you how to cut everything. All right, this kit had everything cut. You just had to punch it all out, right? And you had to punch it out and then trim these papers. So with a scrapbooking, you do need a paper trimmer. We have an amazing paper trimmer because it has the scoring blade and the trimmer blade, and it extends out to 17 inches. So perfect for scrapbooking. All right, so this one, I think it's $25. So you're good to go with that one. You won't need another one. You'll just need to replace blades. So this gives cutting. This is what we would use in the scrapbook club as well. We would probably start with this one and then move on to these scrapbook workshops. And then of course, whenever one came out in a scrapbook or in the catalog or online exclusives, then we could choose others as well. The other thing I wanted to share with you is today, this catalog goes live. Woohoo! And then we also have, let's see, we also have the online exclusive. So if you're totally into Pooh Bear, go get the Silly Old Bear Suite. It's so adorable. I'm still on the fence as to whether I would use it. I like Winnie the Pooh and all, but I just don't know. When I have the super cutesy stuff, I don't always use it. And I've got a lot of stamps right now, so I'm attempting to pay attention and make sure that I share with you all that I have. So here's a great way to get some cute. If you have kids who are into Winnie the Pooh, this is a great set. We also today started the new starter kit offer. So the in color classic stamp pads, I know you'll see some of them as unavailable. They will send them to you as soon as they get them. Those that do the starter kit will get first priority on that. So their Peaceful Pine and Hydrangea Hue were out. And so then you can choose the ink pads, which is a $65 value, or you can choose an additional $35 worth of product. So it's $99. $99 for the starter kit. You get $125 worth of product plus the stamp pads or another $35. The stamp pads are the better bang for your buck because they are $65 for the set of 5. So it's your choice, of course. Let me know if I can help you with anything. You can go to jumbacreations29.stampinup.net, click join, and then I will be reaching out to you for our team gatherings and welcoming you to the team. The other thing we have this month is the new product of the month. It's this Berry Botanical Vellum. I can't wait to get it. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's got all these different, and it's vellum. I'm so excited to play with that. The other thing we have going on now is the craft class May 21st at 2 p.m. And you order the class and then you get the materials, except these black dies are unavailable, so I'm not sure how they're going to do that or whether they have them as part of it. But there is a craft class coming on the 21st. I will not be here. I will be at Nationals, so I won't be able to take this class this time. All right, but this catalog is now available for you to order from. So a lot of the things that you've seen me show off in here, now's the time to get it. Plus there's 2 new kits. So I got to order those 2 new kits as well. So thank you for watching and checking this out. Let me know what pictures would you use on these pages that we created today. And I'm going to see if I can find some pictures so we can continue next week with pictures. So I'll see you then, and I wish you a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you Thursday for Paper Pumpkin Playdate. Bye-bye.